Okay, so I think the way that I look right now is definitely a good representation of how I've been feeling mentally. I've just been feeling a little exhausted lately, so my room, my space has definitely is a reflection of that. So it's pretty messy. So today we're going to spend the morning cleaning until I have to go pick up my kids. So that's what we're doing today. So I know that this video is a little different than what I normally do, but that's why I made my channel's name what it is. I like to do different things, and I am very busy every day. And so this is just one of the days that I have to really get in there and clean. So this used to be my bed. I gave it to my littles because they like to sleep together and they're still small enough to do that. And my bed is just on the other side, so we do all share a space. But that's just what we do. I know that I've mentioned it before, but for those of you that don't know, I do live with my grandmother and my grandfather. We've been living with my grandmother and grandfather for a little over a year now. It's been a year in October. My grandmother and I had decided for my kids and myself to move back in. It was a decision that not only myself and my grandmother, but my grandfather also made to help each other out. You know, we're family, and my grandmother and grandfather, they need a lot more assistance than they used to, and they need helping hands, and I'm a perfectly healthy and capable person to do that for them. Now, because I am so busy, I do have a calendar that I like to write everything down in. And I have been teased multiple times about my calendar just because I know everyone schedules everything in their phone. But for me, it's a little bit more tedious to do it that way. I have to be on my phone, I have to make phone calls, and then also to be on it, to me it's difficult. So I like to write things down, I like to have it in front of me, I like to be able to refer back to it, and I'm sure I can do all those things with it on my phone, but this is just the way that I like to do it, and I feel the most comfortable doing it this way. I used to always keep track of my finances, and having the kids and just going through my relationships, I've kind of like lost that sense of organization for myself. So recently I've been, within the last year, just really trying to get that back in order. Oh, and side note, if you hear purring, it's my cat. She's right next to me. I do my best to stay organized, but having the kids, it can be difficult. So with my calendar, it helps to give me some control over my schedule, and it helps me to prepare for the days coming up, which for me, it's good for my mental health to be prepared for the upcoming days. I know that I can maximize my time and get the most done and be the most efficient if I have a game plan set beforehand. I do have a lot going on in my mind all the time, and it can really, drive me crazy sometimes. So helping myself out by writing it down, it does wonders for me. And that's just me. That's who I am. I need to write stuff down. I need to see it. It has to be written in front of me. And, but everyone's different again. So this is what works for me. And it helps to keep my thoughts organized and to keep me sane so I don't go crazy.
Mommy, you want to make pink?
Make it blue.
No, pink.
Make it blue.
No blue. Pink. This is for you. Huh?
Make it pink.
Just blue. What color you like? This one. Not that one. This one. Yeah. And shoot it in the mouth.
Okay, now to move on to my closet. And you can see it's a complete disaster. This is what happens when you just shove everything into a space. So I don't know about you, but when it comes to organizing my clothes, I have a certain system. So right now what I'm doing is I'm taking all of my summer tops and I'm putting them towards the back because I'm not going to be wearing them right now, it's too cold. And I'm going to take all of my more casual tank tops and the more frequently worn things and put them more towards the front. So I do like to rotate my winter and summer items. I do live in California, so we don't have a lot of cold days, but for us Californians, like 50's cold, you guys, okay? You should see all of us out here. We are all in our huge bear jackets, you know, the fuzzy ones, but that's pretty much the one thing that everyone is wearing is like one big jacket, and that's all you really need around here. So, I mean, I can't complain too much, but it's definitely not tank top weather, not these little tiny tank tops anyway. So they're gonna have to wait for summer. I do also have a system for hanging my scrubs. I like to have them going from like lightest to darkest and all the shades in between. My daughter picked out that skeleton, but it's not October anymore. Okay, what I'm grabbing right now, if you are someone that works in the medical field and you have tattoos that you need to cover, or if you are just somebody that needs to cover your tattoos, I highly recommend buying those arm sleeves. I'll link them in the description. I got them off Amazon. They come in, I think, 4 different colors. Oh my goodness, you guys, like seriously, they're the best invention ever. I've always bought the sleeves that just you pull up to your armpit and they always fall. And I have kind of scrawny arms, so they never stay up on the top part. They always like fall down and they end up becoming like wristbands. It's ridiculous. So I also have a system for hanging up my regular clothes. As you can see, I have them going from tank top, shirt, long sleeve, jacket. And oh my goodness, I am hanging up one of my favorite costumes. I was a tiger and my boyfriend was an animal keeper, right? Like zookeeper. Yeah, that's what we were. If you missed that post, it was my Halloween video. Go check it out. Thanks for watching.